Welcome back to our show once again. My name is Mrs. Augustina Anyanwu, and help me welcome my friend
glorynezemma. Welcome back to our sweet home Africa. It's always a pleasure to have you as our viewer. So once again, we're here with another topic. Our topic today is we are calling on African statesmen. African statesmen and women. We need you to come out. We need you in the political arenas.
That's right, that's right.
We need you in business. We need you in law enforcement. We need you everywhere in Africa. So that's why my friend and I were here today. I will use the word plead to plead with African statesmen and women to step out to rescue our continent. So my dear friend,
my dear.
When we were growing up, we heard about statesmen and women.
Yes, sir.
We heard about Zik of Africa. We heard about Kwame Nkrumah. We heard about Julius Nyerere. We heard about so many of them.
Lady.
We heard about so many of them.
Yes.
These are people that love their countries, love their people, who die for their people, will step out to make sure that both the poor and the rich are well taken care of. But what we're seeing in Africa now, it's a little heartbreaking. So that's why we're here. So my dear friend, let's dive into this into this topic.
Yes, I'm 100% behind you on calling our statesmen to come out. Because we look at now, Africa has become a laughingstock to so many other people out there. There are some parts of Africa, they name you with, like a country in Africa. Once you say that name, people will be looking at you, not with a graceful eye. They'll be watching and monitoring every move you make. And it's so disheartening. So to start from the beginning, is to call on those law-abiding citizens.
That's true.
Our statesmen and women. Those that are so afraid when they come out, something will happen. They might not win. Somebody will do this to them. If we don't come out, those that are still there will continue to do what they have to do to gain whatever. The purpose is to get money. The purpose is injustice, if I can use that word, because when you're not doing the right thing, suppressing everybody from beginning to end, that means you are working towards bringing that nation down. So when our statesmen and women come out in the arena, political arena, there will be justice, there will be accountability, there will be responsiveness. People will listen to the masses and know exactly what they want and work towards there. People will see the rate of unemployment and know what to do. People will stop borrowing what they cannot pay back. And when you borrow, you make sure you put it to that particular purpose. So that's why we are calling on our statesmen, people that know that this country is going down, that they've fight our forefathers put, as my friend mentioned, some of them, is going to a waste. So we are calling on all of you to come out so that there will be a distinctive branches in the government. The rules of the law, the rule of law will be upheld if those are law-abiding citizens come out in the arena. My friend.
Oh, thank you so much, my friend. I love how you started to plead. Because when you look at it this way, I know a lot of Africans complain about what is going on in politics, in business, and every area in Africa. People complain and complain and complain. But my question is this: if you have the wisdom to make things better, and you're not stepping out, how do you think things will change? You cannot make changes from far away. You have to come out to be part of that change that you're looking for. There's something that my father tells me. He said, if you want something to be done right, you do it yourself.
Be part of it.
So if you have an idea of what can be done in politics in Africa, and let's say you're in London, let's say you're in America, you're in Canada, or even you're in Africa, and you're there, you're getting mad at everyone that is sitting there in government, but you have the wisdom to make things better, and you're not stepping out. So in that case, how do you bring the changes that you're looking for to happen in your own country? So you have to come out. And I will use this a little analysis. It's almost like when someone is voting. And then let's say if they want to vote, I use simple thing like salmon. You have people that love to preserve salmon, and you have ones that love to eat salmon. And then they start voting. And it happens that it's only one or two people that are there that want to preserve the salmon. Who do you think will win? The ones that want the salmon to be killed. So the problem that we have in Africa is that the good men like you and good women like you are not stepping out to the political arenas. So in that case, the ones that are there are the ones that some of you call criminals, some of you call embezzlers, some of you call corrupt, some of you call all sorts of names. Yes, many of them are like that. I know there's some of them that are good, but at the same time, if majority of them are that way, that we don't like, and then the good statesmen and women are not stepping out. So who will win? It will be the criminals who will win, the corrupt leaders will win, the ones that embezzle money will win. So good people, people have to come out if you really want to save your own country. You can't stay far away. I mean, I will go a little bit and then I'll throw it back to my friend.
Go ahead.
Some of them are, I mean, you have them in, they're in the churches and they're praying and they're like, oh, we want things to happen and change in our country. But it's not magic. If you're a good Christian, or even you have great Muslim people, you have people from different religious backgrounds that are great. When we say great, these are people that stand for truth, they stand for justice, they stand for freedom for all. They're not going to rob the poor people. I mean, they are all sitting behind, shying away from coming out to the government. I look at it this way. If you're the light of your state, if you're the light of your community, if you're the light of your country, if you're the light of Africa, and you're allowing darkness to dwell, that means you are not flashing your light. You have to step out, because once the kingdom of light steps out, the kingdom of darkness will not have a choice but to disappear. So we are pleading with good men and women from Africa that have good values. Please step out to the government. People will vote for you. I know a lot of people do not step out because of they call it the godfathers. But I'll throw it back to my friend to dive in a little bit, and then I'll come back.
My dear, you said a lot. There are so many reasons why some people don't want to come out. Maybe they don't have the money that is needed to run the election or to do the campaigning, because our people, it's kind of like mostly a whole lot of us, due to unemployment or whatever, we've been corrupt. And a lot of people fear the safety of their family members, because you might come out before you come back from campaign, your family members are missing. So, but that notwithstanding, the love you have for your country, I think it will supersede most of all this. And with prayer, nothing will happen to your family. So you come out. A lot of people will put in power. Sometimes, some of them will think they know all. They don't know jack. They're there. Then you're telling them they're not seeing beyond where they are. The limitation they have is so obvious, because when they get the money, they don't know what to do with it than to have party, build a house, build another house, open a store, go take people's land, do anything, they do not have that vision. They do not know what to do. Because if you elect somebody into power, or if they brought themselves into power, and they be there a year, 2 years, there is nothing happening. Why? How come you want to put them in power again? Because they don't have vision. They don't know what to do. And you cannot keep on forcing a dead horse to get up and drink water. So for our country to move forward, or for the continent of Africa to move forward, people that are in hiding, that have the vision, that have the know-how, that know what to do, know how to talk to people out there to get what we want. A lot of them travel out. When they travel, they don't look at nothing but a hotel and a brand new car to buy, and the car to give to their friends for birthday parties. This is not what our nation needs. This is not what the continent of Africa needs. We need people with vision. Please, come out. Nothing will happen to you. Like my friend gave example with the sermon. If you don't come out and stay there to criticize, you can criticize from now till thy kingdom come. It's not going to change anything. They don't even hear you. Whatever you are saying, because you're not up out there, you have to come out. Whether you're in the church, because if you can run a church, the true men of God that run a church, all these mega churches, you can rule our nation.
Exactly.
You can do something so that the poor, because as you all know, the Bible says it. When a wicked man is in power, the poor, they mourn, they cry, they suffer. But when a good man is in power, what happens? The poor rejoice because their own light have shined. God have answered their prayers. Help all of us to thank God that He have answered our prayers by coming out the way our states, nations, different nations of our African continent are now. They need people that can come and reverse certain things. Corruption is too much. We need to put an end to that. And it's possible. Don't say, oh, the way it used to be. Don't say, oh, it's impossible. Do not doubt what God can do. You come out, stand for what is right. Let the branches of government do their right without do their job without interference. Then there will be rule of law. Then you follow the rules of law. Then there will be justice in the land. The voice of the poor will be hearkened unto. Because if we are in there, enclose ourselves with those that are corrupt as we are, then we are not going to see beyond that environment we are in. I know people talk about road. The rich people in Nigeria, they do not go on cars. They fly.
Exactly.
And when they fly, they don't know that the road is bad. So there are so many things they do not see because they do not walk around. They are afraid of their lives because they know what is going on. They surround themselves with all these hit men and women that are trying to protect them because they know they have done wrong. A lot of them will be in power. They don't do nothing. So I'll give it back to my friend because we're going to come back to who put these people in power. My dear?
Thank you so much. And then you led me to the godfathers because you said who put these people in power. All right, so I will address, I know a lot of people, we've heard about godfathers and godfathers in Africa when it comes to politics. Many of us know about them. Many of us have heard about them. And just to explain a little bit what I understood, what they have been doing in Africa is that they sponsor these corrupt leaders. And how do they sponsor them? They give them money when they are coming out to campaign. So they use those money and then they buy bags of rice, tomatoes, and onions for the people. And then the people vote for them. Once they vote for them, for the candidates that they are sponsoring, the godfathers are sponsoring, it becomes almost like a business. So they are running the government like a business. So these people will go into power. Once they go into power, then they take money. So the bribery and the corruption that you hear, so that they can replace the money that the godfathers gave them during election. And that's what is killing our country. So they're using our country more like a gambling or business, but while the poor are suffering. So I am pleading with the godfathers. I know, like I said, you're very rich. So all of you have cell phones and everything, and you're watching us. But look at it this way. The world is laughing at us. Please, Do not sponsor people that you know that have dubious behaviors. Our country is not a business. The poor people are crying. And you're complaining of robbers, kidnappers, and just like my friend said, you're moving around with entourage. It's because you're afraid of the public. They're not bad, they are hungry. And a hungry man is an angry man. So allow men and women that are good in our nation, people that are called statesmen. They're not businessmen. I mean, they could be businessmen, but they're statesmen. They're people that stand for the people. They're not coming there to steal and rob, because that's what corruption, bribery is. You see, we use big name and we call it corruption and bribery, and people are like, oh, they're corrupt. They are thieves. Let's bring it to the level where everybody will understand, so that when you take money from people, you know you are stealing. Don't use big word, corruption. That one, it's almost like they make it sound elegant. It's stealing and robbing the people. So we have to bring people that are not thieves, so that they can come to the government and help the people. Because once again, the godfathers, if you keep on doing this, you're not just robbing the people, you are robbing your own children. I know many of you are very rich, and your children, what you do, when things get helter-skelter in Africa, you throw them overseas. And look at the ones that, they robbed Africa for many years. Many of them, their children are dead and gone in foreign lands. So when you're doing this, you think you're cheating the poor. You are cheating your own generation. So please don't sponsor criminals to come out to the political arenas. Stop this sponsorship and allow good statesmen and women to step out. If the people vote for them and they win, they go in.
That's right.
If they don't win, they don't win. But when you bribe people with money and then put the wrong people in power, what you're doing is that you're destroying the nation. That's what I wanted to plead with the godfathers. Go ahead, my
dear. That was a good one you said, because when you're taking what is not yours, you are a thief. If you take retirees' money in order to go pay your debt, you are a thief. If you take children's money to feed them in school, money to buy things and put in the classrooms, you take it. You take teachers' salaries, you pay them once every 3 months, or you pay them half of their money, and you have to go pay your debt. You are a thief. You are a die-hard thief, because you are killing a whole lot of people in their families, in their homes, especially the retirees. Have a heart. So as we are saying, our purpose today is to call on our good citizens of our countries to come out, so that we have to stop being at the back and let others make the decision for us. And we have done that for a long time. All their decisions are taking us back. Too much unemployment, too much corruption, as my friend said, thieving, robbery, kidnapping, armed robbery. It's not even robbery. So too many things are going on. There's no accountability, no transparency when it comes to the government. We borrow. So, and we don't see any time people in diaspora, when you go home, it's still the same thing. The same place, the same way you live it, that's the same way it is. So what are we doing with the money? People are pocketing it in their pocket. People are taking it outside that particular country to enrich other people's country. And then we turn around and borrow the money that we go and put there. And some of us died. Our money is still in the account. They're not going to give it to you. But if we have a good statesman, you invest back whatever money you make, you can invest it back in the country, and then give people job. You can create a job yourself, so that people, there'll be no unemployment. You can take out something for the youth to do. You can take out something for the widows to do, so that people will at least be able to feed themselves. So please, right now we don't see too much accountability, transparency. The branches of government, especially in the law keeping enforcement, I don't know what is going there. You, the judges, that when somebody lose election, and then they will bring it to court, and you look at them, you will step down on that person, step on the second person, and go and give it to the third person. Ask yourself, why am I doing that? Our statesmen, please, we don't want this to continue. We don't want it to go on. We just want to make a U-turn, because where we are going now, we are on a fast track, and there's not taking anybody anywhere. Please, we are begging for you guys to come out. Bring out your expertise. Bring out the real heart God gave you, so that you can treat everybody the same way, so that you can listen to the poor, you can listen to the masses, and know where to come in. My friend, I think...
thank you.
I do not know.
Exactly. Actually, when we call our statesmen, we are calling on, statesmen, people that we call civil servants. Because what we have now in the political arena, they are not civil servants, they are civil masters. So they take from the people instead of serving the people. So that's why we're calling men and women to come out, especially women, African women. There's something unique about them. Actually, when they step out of the political arena,
things will change.
Things will change. So we are looking for people that will bring changes in our nation. People that will build industries, people that will build roads, people that will build hospitals, people that will build schools. Because the ones that we have now, like my friend said, they are not building, they are taking. They are building their own private houses. Once they build the private houses and they buy cars, that's it. Nothing else.
No vision.
So we need people that will use their mind to create things. The ones that are there now, I would say thank you for what you have done already. The ones that have done well, the ones that have stolen, I think it's time to just return it. And then get away from the political arena. You're not moving the countries forward.
Yes.
So just move aside and allow people that can do things to come out. And then my advice to the ones that are coming out, our statesmen and women, please. Many of you, I know, some of you live outside the continent of Africa, and eventually you might like to go back. Build a team, because what we have understood is that sometimes people take off from different places to say, oh, I'm going to bring changes in my community, I'm going to bring changes in my state, I'm going to bring changes in my country, and then when they get there, they become as corrupt as the ones that are there already. And then people keep on asking, what happened to them? Oh, when they were there, they had great visions. What destroyed the vision? What destroyed the vision is this. They went alone. I call it solo. When they go alone, what happened is that the secretary is a corrupt secretary. The accountant is a corrupt accountant. Everyone around him or her, they're corrupt. So they're not allowing his or her vision to come out. They block it. So wherever you are, if you're a good statesman of Africa or a good stateswoman of Africa, start building your team right now. People that you will work with, that will share similar visions, so that all of you can go and then bring the changes that you're looking for. Because if you go alone and think that you will make those changes, they will block you. So build your team and get ready. Because we're very optimistic. Africa is ready to change. All we need right now is for men and women like you to step out to the political arena, to the business arena, so that they can negotiate good business with foreigners. Because the ones that are there now, once again, we hear foreigners going in there, taking the land, taking everything in Africa. It's because of the corrupt leaders. So what they do is like they negotiate with them so that the money will go into their pocket. Take, for example, I don't know how much a barrel of oil costs, but I'm just using something that I know. If a bag of rice is supposed to be $10, for example, they will negotiate. So what they will do is they will go to places that produce rice in Africa, and then they will take it for $5 and give them the money in their pocket instead of paying the right amount of money so they can benefit the community. So please, that's why we need you people to come out, the good men and women, so that you can have good negotiation, and then the foreigners will practice what is called fair trade. So that all the mineral resources that we have in Africa, all the natural resources that we have in Africa will benefit our people. We have suffered enough.
That's right.
So I think it's time for you, please, wherever you are, I know it's very difficult because they look at it like it's dangerous because the bad ones are out there. But I believe that if a lot of good ones start stepping out, the bad ones won't have a choice than to leave the political arena. Go ahead, my friend.
My friend, we have said it almost all, but another thing I want to tell our statesmen, when you get in, do not forget the youths. These are fresh blood. A lot of them just, they know what is going on, especially even things dealing with the computer. So we need to start putting the younger ones in our political arena. We can start from the state level, local government level. We should not leave them behind. We need their input to move our nations forward. And some of them need to represent you. When you all are going outside meetings, take them. Because a whole lot of our older politicians, I don't know if they're afraid to talk or if they're sleepy or because, you know, because of jet lag. Some of them don't hear half of what is going on in a meeting. And some of them don't have an input in what is going on in the meeting. You don't know if they're afraid of their accent or they don't understand what the other people are saying. So we need these younger ones, because when you watch them speak, you won't even, you know, detect that they're from that particular country, because they know what is going on now. So please, we should involve our young youths in what we are doing, both the female and the male. We need to carry them along. They are the next generation. We cannot be re-electing people over and over, even when they're 100 years old. And you know that some of them have dementia. They're still sitting there. So we need to start replacing them with a young blood. And the Godfather, as my friend put it, yes, if you are going to sponsor somebody, do not tell them to rob the nation or the state they're representing to give you. What more do you need the money for? And again, do not put what our people call tozo, butter bread. Do not take them and go put in there, because they are not doing anything. They cannot even carry a simple conversation. A lot of them, when we watch the meeting in the house, they are making a grocery list or they're sleeping, and they keep on walking out back and forth. You don't know what they're doing. You will see somebody whispering to somebody. They're talking, they're going. It's a shameful thing for even that particular state to keep that person in the house, because they don't know what they're doing. So this is where the problem is. If you cannot have an input, like I said, people that have no vision, do not put them in there, because they're going to put our countries backwards. Put the people that are real politicians, that know how to talk, how to walk the walk, how to bring industries, how to bring the counterpart from other places to come and invest in our country, instead of through backyard you sell your country. Through backyard you go borrow money. We don't see the papers. We don't know how many years you mortgage that particular country to. Please, let's be real. You can have your child in another state today. You do not know what will happen next. They might tell your child to go home, or your child might want to come back home.
That's true.
You putting your child in a foreign country doesn't mean your child, because your child was young then. Maybe by the time your child get to 30 years, your child want to come back. And then come back into what? A place with no light, a place with no road, a place when you book airplane, then they will take 3 hours late and nobody will tell you anything about the delay. You just sit there. So let's be real, and be real, so that when we are in power, we have to be responsible for things that are going on around us, and know that the masses can ask us questions, and then we can be able to answer them, instead of looking at them as criminals or puppets or wretched people. They put you there, and that's why you're getting the money, because you're not giving it to them. That's why they're wretched. You're not giving it to them. That's why you think they're poor. Give them what belongs to them and see their life change. Our statesmen and women, please come out. We need changes, better changes. My friend.
Thank you so much. Actually, we're rounding up. That's something that my friend said that I love so much. She said that it's time to bring out the young ones. And the good thing is this is a computer era. So the old ones, the old ones that we have in government, the 70-year-olds, the 80,
90,
they don't know how to operate the internet. They don't even know how to use the cell phones. So the world is moving towards technology.
That's right.
So the problem that you have now, even the Zoom meeting, they won't even conduct a Zoom meeting because they don't know how to do it. So you don't have a choice than to get the 40-year-olds. I mean, I'm telling you, I mean, that range, like 50,
even the 35, get them in power.
Yes, get them in power. Because the way technology is going, there will be a time that the 70-year-old won't be able to communicate to the whole world anymore because they don't know how to operate the computer. So it's very, very important. Please, we are pleading with our good men and women in Africa. Statesmen and women, please, don't be afraid anymore. Step out in your own little way. Keep on coming out. And then other people will join you, like we said. Sometimes, I mean, people are all afraid because everybody is just staying backwards.
Staying back.
But once one person starts stepping out, others will follow. And the changes that we're all looking for will happen in our various countries in Africa. So that's all we need to say today. My friend, I don't know if you have more.
No.
Okay.
yeah. We need a better Africa. Please.
Exactly. we do. It's a great nation. And like I always say, and we always say it on this show, the Lord has given us so much in Africa. We have human resources. We have natural resources. We have mineral resources. Exactly. You name it, we have it. And we are good people.
Yes,
it's just like time and things have made us look like we are wretched in Africa. We are not. We are very good people. You could see many Africans are entertainers. So they like to make other people happy. And then that will tell you how happy they are because you can't give out what you don't have. So they're into music, they're into things to even make other nations happy. So please, let's come together and make ourselves happy in our own nation too. And then our young ones won't be running out and then be suffering outside Africa. So we love you all, our people, especially our African statesmen and women. We love you. So this topic is for you. So wherever you are, please talk to your wife if you're a man, talk to your husband if you're a woman, and then talk to your friends if you're single, and then brainstorm and see how all of you can come together as a team to be able to bring the changes that we're looking for in our land.
That's right.
So may God bless you all, our African statesmen and women.
Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you.
And fear not. Come on, be courageous.
Exactly.
All right. So we're going to vote for you.
Yes. So thank you for watching us. Watch us again next week.
At our sweet home, Africa.